Let us have a quick recap of the differences between arrays and linked lists. So coming to this slide, the arrays are treated as linear data structures. Why? Because the accessing and storage are done in a linear fashion. Whereas when coming to linked lists, it is linear and non-linear. That means, how can it be linear? In terms of axis point of view, you can access the elements in a linear fashion. How can it is non-linear? It is in the terms of storage. The storage of the nodes in the linked list is done in a non-linear fashion. Therefore, it is neither linear nor non-linear data structure. Here in arrays, coming to the second point, here in arrays, we have the concept of indices. Indices are represented. For example, I want to access the fifth element. You can access it as A of 4. This is nothing but the index, right? So by default, the array indexing always starts with 0 and ends with n-1. This everything is known. But there is no concept of indices. But there is a concept of addresses, links, right? Here in arrays, we have indices concept, and linked list, we don't have the concept of indices. And here elements can be randomly accessed. This is important. Elements can be randomly accessed. That means I want to access the 10th element. How can you access? You just make the index A of 9. I want to access the 15th element. You just call it with A of 14. So this is how we access the elements in a random fashion, right? But random access is not at all possible in the linked list. As I told that every operation that you want to perform on the linked list should be starting with the head node only, or should start with the first node of the linked list only, right? So we cannot make use of random access in the arrays, but sequential access of elements is only possible in the linked list concept, right? And elements are stored in contiguous memory location. This is very clear, and no need of contiguous memory locations. I have given a clear example in the previous slide. And insertion of elements require more time. This also I have discussed in the previous slides. So you need to create space for inserting an element in the middle of the array elements. So for space creation, it is taking big of n time. But insertion in this particular linked list is easy compared to arrays. Okay. Similarly, if you come to the concept of deletion of elements from the middle of the array, it is big of n. Why? Because you have to shift all the elements to its left hand side. Similarly, deletion is easy when compared to deletion operation on arrays, right? And this is important. So arrays makes use of static memory allocation. Whenever you discuss the concept of static memory allocation, the memory allocated at compile time and it is allocated on the stack, right? But as I told that the linked list makes use of the dynamic memory allocation, which makes use of dynamic functions such as malloc, calloc, realloc, free. And whenever you make these functions, whenever you make use of these functions and we allocate the memory in a dynamic fashion, in such case, the memory is allocated at runtime and it is allocated on heap memory. Okay. Now, as I told that it uses static memory allocation techniques and it uses dynamic memory allocation techniques, which makes use of the predefined function malloc, calloc. This is free. Delete is also there in some other programming language. And the final one is arrays does not have memory wastage. I think this is contradicting with what I have told, right? For example, if you declare an array size of A of 100 and you store only 10 elements, almost 90 into 4, that is equal to 360 bytes of memory will be wasted. But here he is saying that no memory waste if the array is full, right? That's the true. For example, you declared the array size as 100 and you stored 100 elements, then there is no wastage of memory. Otherwise, it may result in much memory wastage. That's what we have discussed, right? Here. And here in linked list, coming to the linked list point of view, there is no wastage of memory in the linked list. Why? Because whenever you want to increase the size of the linked list, you can simply increase it. Whenever you want to decrease the size, you can decrease it. But it needs some extra storage. Okay, why it needs some extra storage? For example, if you take arrays stores only the elements, right? For example, you want to store 3 elements, 10, 20 and 30. Only 10, 20 and 30 is stored. But if you want to make it in the linked list, what you have to do? You have to create a node and 10 is stored in the data part, and similarly another node 20 and another node 30, right? So every node consists of this address part. 10 is having address part, 20 node is having address part, and 30 is also having address part, right? For example, if you take the address, the link part as 4 bytes. For this arrays, how many bytes is required? For this 10, we have 4 plus 4 plus 4, that is total 12 bytes is enough. But if you consider this linked list for 10, and that means, for example, if you want to store the data, it occupies 4 bytes, and similarly the address part also 4 bytes. Therefore, the entire node takes almost 8 bytes of memory, right? 8 plus 8 plus 8, that is 24 bytes of memory is required. So even though the linked lists are taking more space when compared to that of arrays, there is no wastage of memory in terms of occupancy rate, right? So if the array is not full, then there will be a lot of wastage of memory, but there is no concept of occupancy rate in the linked list concept.